Hare Krishna. So, a warm welcome to all the devotees for our weekly Smriti Satsang program. Uh, Today is Grace Mohan Charan Prabhu. It's actually, many of you know, it is his birthday today. He actually, he suggested that I speak about Lord Jagannath. Since many of the satsang programs across Mumbai, across India, and across the world have conducted a Lord Jagannath Rath Yatra over the last 8 to 10 days across the world. Hundreds and maybe thousands of Rath Yatras have happened. This is the appropriate time to glorify the pastimes of Lord Jagannath and to speak, about his wonderful qualities and how merciful he is. That's why today I thought I will speak about this topic. Prabhuji also suggested. So actually, we say when we sing this prayer, Mangalacharan, we say, "Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Deena Bandhu, Jagat Pate, Gopesha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta, Namostute." So we say, "Hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu." So we say that Krishna is like an ocean of Karuna. He is like a very, in our lives, we are so insignificant. Even one drop of Krishna's Karuna, one drop is enough to completely inundate us, to flood us with the, love for Krishna. One drop is also sufficient. We don't need any very big quantity. We are insignificant. If on an ant, even if a tear from someone's eye falls on an ant, that ant will drown in that water. There is enough. So we are like that, very insignificant. We're very, very insignificant. So we don't need all that much, we need little bit only. A little bit of Krishna's mercy, our life becomes perfect. But Krishna is, hey Krishna, Karuna Sindhu. He is a complete ocean of Karuna, compassion. Just unbelievable amount of compassion the Supreme Lord has for every living entity, because every living entity is his expansion, is his child, is so the Lord very much loves every living entity and is very compassionate. And however, Krishna's compassion, we find it difficult to really imagine and see that compassion. So in this world, the Lord comes as Lord Jagannath. Lord Baldev comes as Lord Balaram, Subhadra Mai, and Krishna comes as Lord Jagannath, who is the most compassionate form, the most loving and compassionate form of Lord Krishna. So today we will try and discuss why this is so. Why do we say that Lord Jagannath is one of the most compassionate forms of Krishna? So we'll try and discuss that. Because he's so much in ecstasy, the Lord is so much in ecstasy at any point of time, uh, especially in the form of Jagannath, and we'll discuss why that is so. So, Lord Jagannath actually, he is in complete ecstasy and he is not in control of his emotions. We see that if somebody is a drunkard, is drunkard, and people know that he is drunkard, and if they want any work from him, what do? They make him drink. And he drinks and drinks and drinks and drinks, and he becomes so intoxicated. He loses all sense of discrimination. He loses all sense of what is right, what is wrong. Whatever someone asks, he gives. He becomes very, udar. He becomes very generous. So in the same way, we see over here, the Lord Jagannath also is in such an ecstatic state that he is extremely compassionate. So therefore, if we are somehow in our spiritual journey, if we somehow or other, we come in touch with Lord Jagannath, then our journey has already reached a point from where we can go back to Godhead. It's already done. You don't have to struggle much after that. We should struggle, not that we don't struggle. We should struggle. But as far as the Lord is concerned, you have come, you have taken darshan of Him, you have pulled His Rath, ho gaya, you are sorted. You don't need to do anything else. So let us try to understand what is this form of the Lord, where did He come from, and why He is like this, why He looks like this, why He looks strange with big, big eyes, His eyes are so big, and He has a smile on the face, full smile. If you see any vigraha of Krishna, Lord Ram, any vigraha you see, it is very rare you'll get to see that the Lord is smiling ear to ear. वो नहीं मिलता है देखने को. The Lord has a smile which is called Smita. Smita Krishna, we say. Slight smile, just a hint of a smile. His lips are slightly extended, the hint of a smile. He's looking at you with compassion in his eyes. Very sweet, very lovingly. But you will not see a full smile. You will not see full ear to ear. But Lord Jagannath, such a big smile he has. He's very. So let us try and understand what is this, wonderful pastime. Where did this form of the Lord come from? So it is described that there was this king Indradyumna. Indradyumna was a king of Avantipura. And from there he ruled a very vast part of the world, Indradyumna Maharaj. So this Indradyumna Maharaj, he was actually a devotee of the Supreme Lord. He was a devotee of Lord Krishna. Now he, as a king, he had a very, very strong desire that I want to take darshan of the Supreme Lord. I want to take darshan of the Supreme Lord. I want to see him sakshat. And I want to serve him, with my hands. I want to serve the Supreme Lord. He had this desire. But he didn't have a deity. He was very much hankering to get this darshan of the Lord. Very, very much hankering. So it is very interesting that actually there is no guarantee. Sometimes we say that, oh, Bhagwan jo hai, the rich people can very easily worship the Lord and poor people cannot. Or sometimes people say the Lord belongs to the poor people. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. The Lord, for him, poor, rich, it's all the same. For a person who has a bank, like let's say someone like Elon Musk, okay, who has a bank balance of maybe whatever, I don't know what his bank balance is, but probably hundreds of billions of dollars. Okay, hundreds of billions of dollars. So for him, if somebody is Karodpati or someone is Rodpati, it makes no difference. For him, he has so much money that compared to him, whoever, even if Karodpati comes, it makes no difference. He is also insignificant only. So in same way, the Lord for us, he does not look at our material possessions. Luckily, fortunately, that's actually another form of the compassion of the Lord, that he does not consider any material. By the way, it will be nice if all of you can start your video, if it is possible, because ये थोड़ा impersonal हो जाता है online में, if you can't see each other, it is not very nice. If you are in a position, start a video, please start a video. If you're not, it's okay. I'm not going to force any. Yeah. So this is one of the very, very special, compassionate form of the Lord, where he, he is he's showing his compassion by coming in this form. Okay, and he does not distinguish that koi garib hai, koi amir hai, koi scholarly hai, koi unpad hai. Somebody is scholarly, somebody is uneducated, illiterate, somebody is beautiful, somebody is ugly, somebody is famous, somebody is notorious. It makes no difference to the Supreme Lord. From his perspective, he does not even care that what is your material state. He is only interested, are you interested in me? Then I am interested in you. That's it. So this is a very another compassionate feature of the Lord. So Indradyumna Maharaj had this very, very strong desire that somehow or the other he should get the Lord's darshan and he should be able to serve him. But it was not getting fulfilled. He was, very desperate. Then one time what happened was one pilgrim, one pilgrim who visits various Tirthasthan, he came to his court and he told him about Lord Neela Madhav. He said that there is this remote mountain called Niladri, which is in the region of Jagannath Puri. This remote mountain called Niladri. On this remote mountain, the Sabaras, the local, people who are very, very simple people. They don't have any, like hi-fi, people. They're very simple, down-to-earth people. Even pig farmers is what it is described in some places. So very simple people, but they worship Lord Neel Madhav with great love, and he accepts service from the Sabras, and he accepts service from the demigods. Even the Devatas come there and they perform some service to the Lord Neel Madhav. So you should look at this deity. You should consider bringing this deity to Avantipura. So now King Indradumna Maharaj is immediately very interested. So he sends his priest. His priest's name is Vidyapati. So he tells Vidyapati that why don't you go? You go in advance. He's his priest, he's Purohit. So he sends him to Niladri. He says, you go there, you find out where is this deity and कुछ तरकीब बनाओ जिससे हम लोग deity वापस यहाँ लेके आ सकते हैं. So Vidyapati goes. He goes and there he finds the Shabras and he starts, getting, he starts to settle over there. He starts becoming friendly with all of them. He starts interacting with all of them. And slowly but surely becomes so entwined in their lives that the chieftain, the chief, the chief of the Sabras, his name is Vishwavasu. This Vishwavasu offers his daughter's hand in marriage to Vidyapati. He says, please marry my daughter. So Vidyapati marries the daughter of Vishwavasu. Now he sees that every day Vishwavasu at a particular time he goes away to perform something, to perform some worship. So he assumes, yes, he must be going to see Lord Neelamadhav. So he requests his wife, that why don't you speak to your father? Where is he going every day? Even I would like to go. So she tells him, see, Papa, don't tell anybody. He is going to meet Lord Neelamadhav. He's going to see Lord Neelamadhav. So he says, even I would like to see Lord Neelamadhav. Why can't he take me? So she requests her father on behalf of Vidyapati that my husband also has a desire to see and serve Lord Neelamadhav. So can you please take him? So Vishwasu first he refuses, but then he agrees because daughter is pressurizing. He says, okay, I'll take him, but I will blindfold him. So I don't want him to see the way. I don't want him to see the road that leads to, the Nilachal Parvat, the Niladri mountain and where Lord Neelamadhav resides. I don't want him to see. So he says, I will blindfold him and take him. So he puts a blindfold, patti, aankh pe patti he puts, and he takes Vidyapati to see Lord Neelamadhav. And when he reaches, he removes the patti and he shows him. So when Vidyapati sees the transcendental Neelamadhav, the blue form of Supreme Lord, when he sees the form of Neelamadhav, he's completely awestruck. He says, oh, I want to see. But again, quickly this one, Vishwavasu covers his eyes. And like this, he takes him every day, but every time blindfolded. So Vidyapati, he's very intelligent. So he makes a scheme. He takes some mustard seeds. And then when he is being taken, he starts little by little putting the mustard seeds on the ground. Little he starts leaving the mustard seeds. So what happens is, over a period of time, those mustard seeds in the rains, they grow and they grow into a proper, path of mustard seeds, mustard plants. So what happens is Vidyapati now he has understood the way to get there. So he says now is the right time to probably call the king. But in the meantime, what happens is Lord, you imagine now what is the state of King Indradumna Maharaj. Okay, he has sent Vidyapati to find Lord Neelamadhav and he's desperately waiting. It's like Lord Ram was waiting for news of Mother Sita to come and it is not coming. And he's literally one Doot is coming, but they're saying, sorry, we have not found. Now the last hope is from south. Hanuman has gone. He will bring some news. So like that, like how Lord Ram was in great anxiety, here our Indradumna Maharaj is in great anxiety that when will they come back? When will Vidyapati come? And his desire to serve the Lord is becoming deeper, and it's like a flame burning in his heart. So, we also, as devotees, very often we come to Krishna consciousness. We are in Krishna consciousness for many, many years. We have been here for decades. Just one second. Yeah. For decades we have been in bhakti, but still we are very dhila in our bhakti. We don't have any fire in our heart, or we lose the fire. शुरू में सबके heart में fire होता है to do bhakti. But over a period of time that fire starts going down. Why? Because we're getting everything. We start taking for granted. Oh, this Thursday program is there. I can come anytime. I can go anytime. And oh yeah, you can go to a temple anytime. I can chant, I'm chanting na, kar to raha hoon. We become very complacent in our bhakti. We lose the fire that we had. But if you see Indrajumna Maharaj, his fire to get the darshan of the Lord is becoming so strong, it is consuming him. He's becoming desperate that when will Vidyapati come back? A very strong desire to serve the Lord. So, recognizing the desire of Indrajumna Maharaj, Lord Neel Madhav comes. Now, he's not even seen Neel Madhav. Indrajumna Maharaj is not seen. He's only heard about him from that pilgrim. So, his desire is so strong that Lord Neel Madhav comes in the dream of Vishwavasu. Who is Vishwavasu? He is the chieftain, he is the chief of the Sabaras. And he comes in his dream and he tells him that, dear Vishwavasu, you have been serving me so sweetly, so nicely. For so long, you have been serving me with, great love and sincerity. You've been serving me fruits, leaves, roots, whatever is there in the forest. Very lovingly, you've been serving me. But I now have a desire to receive the opulent worship of King Indradumna. I would like to receive his worship. So you imagine now Vishwavasu has been serving Lord Neel Madhav for probably God knows how many years. Okay, a very long time he has been serving him. But in that service, what happens is never before has Lord Neel Madhav spoken to him. Never. The first time Lord Neel Madhav comes in the dream of Vishwavasu and speaks to him that, see, I'm very happy with you. I'm delighted with the service you've given. But now I would like to receive service from King Indradumna. Now, when Vishwavasu hears this, he is devastated. He's completely heartbroken. He's thinking, oh, it's like that state, that someone, you've been serving someone for a very, very long time. And the first time the person speaks to you, tells you, okay, I'm very happy with your service, but now I'm leaving you. Goodbye. Bye bye. Tata. So that is the state of Vishwa. So he's devastated. He's heartbroken that, my Lord, you're going to leave me. So he becomes so angry. He thinks that definitely this is the work of this Vidyapati. It is because of this Vidyapati only the Lord is saying he will leave us and go. So he says, na rahega baas, na bajegi bansuri. He ties up Vidyapati. He ties him up that he cannot go back only to King Indra. The message will never go. So then the Lord will also not go. So when he ties him up like this, his wife, his daughter, actually, she hears Vidyapati shouting, that help, help, and she frees him. Now just see again, from this particular incident that happens, we can see that the Lord's reciprocation with his devotees cannot be predicted. You cannot predict that Vishwavasu has been serving for so many years and he gets upset. You imagine the Lord has spoken to him. What a huge thing that is. But he completely ignores that. He is not bothered. You spoke to me, I don't care, but you're going to leave me, so I'm not going to leave you. So we can see the love that Vishwavasu has also. We can see how much love he has that, yeah, Lord, you might have spoken to me. You gave me a darshan. Nice. That's nice. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to see that you came and gave me darshan. He spoke to me. But he doesn't think much of it. He's more disturbed by the fact that the Lord is going away. And the Lord's reciprocation is also not stereotype. You cannot say that every time Lord will reciprocate like this only. That you do this much seva and Krishna will do like this for you. You do this much japa and Krishna will give you this reciprocation. We cannot predict anything. The Lord's reciprocation will come the way it has to come. We cannot predict. It is always very difficult to predict that how the Lord will give His mercy. So yeah. So he bestowed his special mercy on Indrajumna Maharaj. Sometimes he bestows mercy by being present for them. Like for Vishwasu, for many years he gave him the mercy by being there. And then sometimes his mercy is actually vanishing from the sight of the devotees, which increases the Vipralamba bhav, that the Lord is going away. Like the Brajvasis, when Krishna was leaving Vrindavan and going to Mathura, at that time, again, similarly, all the Brajvasis were devastated. Their heart was broken that, oh, he's leaving. At that time, they didn't know he's leaving and he's not coming back for another 100 years. They didn't know that. And they thought he's going for a few days, maybe a few weeks or whatever. They didn't know he's going forever practically. But even thinking that he's going for a few days, they were devastated because their love for Krishna is so deep. It is a pragad, very deep and very thick love that they have for Krishna. They cannot tolerate even a moment separation. This is so the Lord sometimes increases the love in the heart of the devotee by going away, by not being visible for them. He makes them desperate that, my Lord, we want to see you. I really like this George Harrison song, and he says that I really want to see you, I really want to serve you. So the Lord will sometimes, for his devotees, he will create a situation that years and years pass. You're doing your japa, you're doing your sadhana, you're following 4 regulative principles, you're associating with devotees, you're hearing Hari Katha, you're doing service to the Vaishnavas, you're doing everything properly. But Lord is ojhal. He's completely disappeared from our sight. We can't see him. We can't experience him, his presence in the holy name. We can't experience his presence in Katha. We can't experience his presence in the deities. We become desperate. And when we become desperate, that is when the Lord may appear. So that desperation, that longing, that laulyam to serve the Lord, that is very, very powerful because it can transform our heart. So over here in case of Vishwavasu, so Indrajumna Maharaj has been in separation for a very long time. Now Lord is going to give him darshan. And our Vishwavasu has been having darshan for a very long time. He's taking away the darshan. So like this, Vidyapati, he had been tied up, but his daughter releases him and he returns to Avantipura. He goes back to Indrajumna Maharaj. Now, Indrajumna Maharaj, as I said, he is burning in a fire, literally burning in a fire of separation, that when will Vidyapati come and when will he give me the news about Lord Neelamadhav? So he comes. When he comes, Indrajumna Maharaj is in ecstasy, is very happy. Oh, finally he has come. Finally he has come. So he tells Vidyapati, take me immediately. I would like to go to take darshan of the Lord. And he goes with his army. He takes his entire army and he goes. And then they reach that spot. And from there he sees the mustard, mustard flower trail. And he follows it. And they reach the cave where Lord Neelamadhav used to be there. So with great difficulty, Indrajumna Maharaj and Vidyapati remove the stone that is covering the cave. And when they look inside, they see nothing. Lord Neelamadhav has vanished. So when Indrajumna Maharaj sees this, he becomes desperate and he becomes angry also, because you imagine someone has come with so much anticipation, years and years, maybe decades of longing to take darshan of the Lord, and now he's come with whatever shadyantra or whatever he has done. He has come with so much hope, so much anticipation that he's going to get the darshan of the Lord, and when he reaches there, there is no Lord. again devastation, right? So again, so he goes and they catch, Vishwavasu and say, definitely ye tumhara kaam hai. You have done something to hide the Lord. He starts blaming Vishwavasu. And Vishwavasu over there, he is also crying. He's saying, my God, I am already in separation. The Lord has vanished. I don't know where he has gone. We have searched high and low, far and wide, but we are not able to find the Lord. Why don't you believe me? We don't know. Lord has vanished. Where he has gone, we don't know. At that time, Narad Muni appears on the spot. So Narad Muni appears before King Indradyumna and he tells him, please release this Vishwasu. Lord Neel Madhav has disappeared of his own accord, of his own wish, own desire. He has just disappeared, but he will reappear again in this world. How? He will reappear in the form of Lord Jagannath to bestow benedictions and blessings on the entire world, not just Sabaras, not just the residents of Avantipura, but for the whole world. He will come in a very special form and he will do this. So then they go. He goes back. And Narad Muni tells him that you should construct a very special temple, for the Lord, for Lord Jagannath. And when you are doing the pran pratishtha of the deities, you should invite Lord Brahma, because this very special form of the Lord is going to be there. So you should invite Lord Brahma for the inauguration. So he says, okay. So the temple is almost ready. And these people go to tell Lord Brahma that, we are going to invite Lord Jagannath, and, we are going to, so you please come for the inauguration. So when they go there, they go to the, place where Lord Brahma is. Lord Brahma is in meditation. So he opens his eyes after a few moments. He opens his eyes after a few moments and he tells Indradyumna, yeah, sure, I'll be happy to come for the inauguration. And when Indradyumna Maharaj comes back, he sees that the whole world has changed. None of the people whom he knew, his kingdom is gone, that temple which he built is gone, his family is gone, his friends are gone, Vidyapati is gone, everyone is gone. Nobody is there. So again, he becomes disappointed. He gets devastated again that, my God, what do I do now? And then again in his, in his dream, he gets a dream that Lord Jagannath will appear in a large log of wood in the ocean, Daru Brahma. He will appear in that form in the ocean. So when you see that log, you take that log, and from that log you carve out, the form of the Lord. So he says, okay. So they start searching in the ocean the next day, and they find this huge log. Okay, they find this huge log of wood, and they try to pull it out onto the shore, but they are not able to move it on. So kitna bhi fight marega, they are not able to even move the log. They try very hard. All the army, big, Kshatriyas, they all come. No one is able to move the log. Then one of the, descendants of Vishwavasu, one of the Sabras living there, he comes forward and he says, let me try. And he very easily lifts the whole log and brings it out like it's a small twig, he brings it out. So now everyone is very happy. So he calls all the best sculptors, in the land. He calls all the best sculptors, says that, now you have to carve form of Lord Neelamadhav from this. So they take their tools and they start chipping at the wood. But every time they hit the wood, instead of the wood chipping, the tools start breaking. None of them are able to make even a small scratch on the Daru Brahma, on the big log. They are not able to make even a scratch. They are not able to make anything. All their tools are breaking. So finally they give up. They say, yaar, ye humse to nahi ho paega. Yet again, you see, Indradyumna Maharaj, yet again he is disappointed. Just see that, this is why we say, that what we owe to our ancestors, we can never repay what our ancestors have given. Because so many things, so many sacrifices, hundreds and millions of people all over the world have made, which is why today we are enjoying. We are enjoying the fruits of someone else's labor. So you see, if Indratumna Maharaj had given up right in the beginning, शुरुआत में ही give up, अरे छोड़ो नील माधव कौन कहाँ जाएगा जाने दो, then this whole pastime would not have happened. He tried and tried and tried and tried, despite disappointment after disappointment, he never gave up. So he again prayed that what to do. So then one mysterious looking Brahmana by the name of Ananta Maharana, who is actually Vishwakarma, who is the sculptor, the architect of the demigods. He comes forward and he says, I will carve the deity. He says, I will carve the deity, but I want complete ekant. There should be no disturbance. I should be in a closed room with no windows, no doors, nothing. I should be in a closed room. No one should come inside. And after 3 weeks, the deities will be ready. So Indradumna Maharaj says, okay, no problem. So they, close down the whole room and they shut down the door and he goes inside and he starts chipping away at the wood. And they are able to hear. See, when a sculptor is, doing anything on wood, वो अच्छे से सुनाई देता है. So tuck, 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 tuck. They are able to hear the sounds, of Vishwakarma chipping away at the Daru Brahma. And I say many days pass and 1 week goes, 2 week goes. After 2 weeks have passed, suddenly the sound stops coming. Now you can imagine your Indradumna Maharaj is again starting to get worried. Think, why has the sound stopped? This Brahmana is a very old man. I was not sure how he will carve for 3 weeks without any food, water, nothing. He's not taken anything. Kaise karenge? So he again starts worrying. I hope he's not died. I hope nothing has happened to him because there's no sound coming. He gets again desperate and impatient. So what does he do? Against the advice of his, Brahmanas and everything, he goes into the room. And when he goes inside, he sees that Vishwakarma has vanished. And he sees 3 wooden figurines, which are in a shape which he has never seen before. They have, hands like this and an odd shaped head, no legs, and 3 of them. So he is completely bewildered and yet again disappointed. He's like, my God, what have I done? This Vishwakarma he had warned me that no one should disturb him for 3 weeks. I didn't have faith that he would be able to complete this. And I went into the room against his advice. I went into the room and look what I have done. Now these incomplete deities are there. And with these incomplete deities, now how will I inaugurate the temple? What will I do? He's yet again, he's disappointed. So now again Narad Muni comes. Just see this transcendental, pastimes that are going on. On one side, a devotee who has great determination keeps trying to move forward in his bhakti. That this is his bhakti. This is his way of offering something to the Lord, that I'll make this beautiful temple, I'll make these beautiful deities for you. So he is moving forward in that direction. Again and again, some big, huge obstacle keeps coming. And every time tells him, yaar, ye to nahi ho payega, ye to nahi ho payega, ye to nahi ho payega. This material world is like that. It will keep throwing obstacles at you. It will keep throwing, curveballs. It will keep throwing problems at you. And it will test your sincerity, that are you sincere? Do you surrender to Krishna even amidst the problems? Or do you say कि यार क्या Krishna, इतना मेहनत कर रहा हूँ आपके लिए and still you're doing this to me? So on one side, you'll keep getting tested in your bhakti. But on the other side, the Lord also sends some devotee to give you hope, to give you faith. You'll see this in your life. Whenever you're struggling in your bhakti, if you are sincere and you're trying your best for Krishna, even all obstacles, you're trying your best for Krishna, He will send you some devotee who will, in your low period, when you're depressed, when you're losing faith, you're losing hope, Krishna will send you some devotee who will again bring you back onto the path. So Narad Muni comes again and he explains. He tells King Indradyumna that, oh dear king, do not be bewildered. This is a very, very special form of the Lord, which is, Lord Jagannath. And this is a very, very, so he explains to him that how the deity has to be painted, how, how this pastime happened. He explains the whole pastime to him, that how this transcendental form of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra came about. So he says that this form of the Lord has got very large eyes, big, big eyes, and there are no eyelids, there are no legs, and his very broad smile, it actually reflects the ecstatic emotions of Krishna in Dwarka, where he's remembering his devotees in Vrindavan. So then this particular pastime is actually so beautiful. Actually, a few days back, one of our devotees, Madhu Krishna Prabhu, his daughter has actually made a video about this. The whole pastime, she has made a very beautiful video using AI. So I can share it on the group. It was very nice. So this pastime goes like this: that when Krishna was in Dwarka, he was married, he had many queens. When he was in Dwarka, once the queens of Dwarka, queens of Lord Krishna, they came before Rohini Mata, and they told Mother Rohini that, very often we see Krishna in his dreams also. When he's sleeping, he calls out to Vrindavan, he calls out to Shrimati Radharani. So, we don't have any exposure to what pastimes the Lord performed in Vrindavan. We don't have any idea. Can you please tell us these pastimes? Because you were there in Vrindavan when all these pastimes happened. So, can you please tell us? So Rohini Mata says, yeah, I am happy to share, but she says that there is one condition. So what is the condition? That we should not allow Krishna and Balram to hear these stories. Why? Because already they are so much in separation from Vrindavan. If they remember the devotees of Vrindavan, they may leave this place and go to Vrindavan. So someone has to be Dwarpal to ensure that Krishna Balram don't come inside, that they don't hear. And they have to give us a signal. As soon as they come, we will stop the katha. Till then, the katha will go on. So then they all select, they say, Subhadra, you go now. You have seen all this, so you go. You be as the Dwarpal. So Subhadra Maya, she agrees. She's the sister of Krishna and Balram. She agrees, okay, I'll go and become the Dwarpal. So she goes and stands near the door and she starts listening to the pastimes. And Rohini, she starts narrating the beautiful, transcendental, bewitching pastimes of Lord Krishna from his childhood to his youth when he was living in Vrindavan, the killing of demons and his interactions with the Brajvasis, with his parents, with the gopis, with the gopas. Every pastime, one by one, she starts telling. So as she starts telling these pastimes, Subhadra Maya, she's standing there, I'll just move aside so you all can take darshan of Mother Subhadra. 1 second. I don't know how to do that. Yeah. Mother Subhadra. Right. So Mother Subhadra, she's, standing at the doorstep and she starts hearing these pastimes. As she hears these pastimes, she also gets stunned. She goes into ecstasy. As when you're hearing something, which is very shocking or something very amazing, automatically अपने आंख बड़े हो जाते हैं, eyes become, my God, क्या बात कर रहे हैं? What you are saying, man? So like that, so as she was hearing this pastimes, her eyes became bigger and bigger and bigger, and her in ecstasy, ecstatic symptoms started appearing on her body, and her hands and legs went completely into her body. She was smaller, so her hands and legs also went completely into the body. And she didn't realize, as she was in ecstasy like that and listening to the pastimes, Krishna and Balram, they also came to that spot and they're like curious. Why is, why are these queens sitting in that room around Rohini Mata? And why is Subhadra standing at the door? They come, they see Subhadra, and Subhadra has already gone into trance. Her eyes have become big and she's in ecstatic. So they start listening to what Mother Rohini is telling the story. And Subhadra is too much in ecstasy to stop them or to even stop Mother Rohini. So Krishna and Balram start hearing the pastimes. They also go into ecstasy, remembering their own sweet childhood Leela, Braj Leela. The more they hear it, the more they go into complete ecstasy. Their eyes also become very big. Their hands also come like this. Their legs go into their body and they are just standing there like pillars. So Narad Muni, he explains this beautiful form of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra. This is not some Gudda Gutti. This is actually the form of Krishna in his most ecstatic form ever. See, when he is playing the flute, he is happy. He's playing the flute because he is with Srimati Radhe. But here he is in that Vipralamba bhav, that how of separation from his Brajavasis in so much ecstasy by hearing those pastimes. After a very long time, he's hearing his own pastimes, but he's in so much ecstasy. You know, so you may say that इसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात है? Why the Lord is reacting, reciprocating in this way? Well, we can understand. If you are if you are walking into a room suddenly and you hear in that room someone is talking about you, you know, hey, do you know, in his childhood, he used to do like this. He was very nutcut, he was very naughty, he used to steal butter, and he was the Aankho ka Tara, of the whole colony. Everyone loved him. So good looking, so sweet, so nice. Everyone loved him. Everyone wanted him in their lap only. So you imagine if you, as an ordinary individual, you come and you listen to this, you will also go into ecstasy. You will go become very nostalgic, You'll also start thinking, हाँ यार वो दिन क्या थे, बचपन के दिन भी क्या दिन थे. You will also become so happy remembering your childhood. So the Lord is also an individual. He is not some murti, some emotionless person who is completely controlled. He is also a very emotional person. When he hears his childhood pastimes, he also becomes nostalgic. He becomes ecstatic. He gets this very, very beautiful and very, very transcendental big eyes. He's soaking in the Vaishnavas. He's looking at all the Vaishnavas. His eyes fully open. The eyes are a little closed. No, it is difficult to see the Vaishnavas. The eyes are fully open. He can see all the Vaishnavas. Whoever is there in front of him, he can see everyone very lovingly. And he has this smile on his face and it's a full smile. Like I said, it is not a half smile, it's a full smile. So a Battisi wala smile the Lord is showing because he is in such transcendental ananda. He is in such bliss, remembering the Brajvasis. So this form of Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra, this is the form that our Indradumna Maharaj, he got it made, and these are the deities that reside in Jagannath Puri on the banks of the ocean. These are the deities of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra, who are the most merciful form of the Lord. Very, very loving, very, very ecstatic. And there are many, many devotees. I can tell you, I personally know at least two families who every year they have Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, my deities at home, obviously, and they serve them with a lot of love. But every year for Rath Yatra, they are in Jagannath Puri. Every year. You can count on it that they will be in Puri. So much attachment is there. Because the Lord is also like that, very merciful. So, this is how the deity of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra Mai, they came about. Now, you may say, okay, but isme merciful kya ho gaya? What is so merciful? Okay, you're saying his form is merciful. Okay, good. But we have to understand that this form is merciful in a different way also. That actually, if you go to Jagannath Puri, if any ordinary person goes to Lord Jagannath Puri, only Hindus and Indian Hindus are allowed to actually go inside the temple and take darshan of the Lord. Anyone who is a foreigner white body, black body. No one is allowed to enter the temple and take darshan of the Lord. He is called Lord Jagannath, but no darshan is given. Nobody from outside India is allowed to enter the temple. One time, our Vishwarup Prabhu, who is one of the senior most, devotees in our temple, is a doctor. Many of you would know him, does beautiful Braj Katha. So Vishwarup Prabhu, his wife actually, Rajeshwari Mataji, she is an Indian. She is very much Indian. She is a Saraswat Brahmin, but she is very, very fair, extremely fair. मतलब एकदम बहुत ही fair है, and she has little grey eyes. She has grey eyes. So मतलब कोई दूर से कोई देखा तो उनको foreigner ही समझेगा, because she is that fair and she has grey eyes. So once when she was going to Jagannath Puri, the Panda stopped. They said, "Oh, aap andar nahi ja sakti. You cannot go inside." So Vishwara Prabhu is trying to explain to her, she's my wife. So what if she's your wife? Foreigners are not allowed inside. He said, "No, no, she's not foreigner. She's from India only, Baba. It's just." And she tried speaking to them in Hindi, everything, nothing convinced them. you know so you never know how the mercy of the Lord will manifest. He didn't allow her inside, right? I think finally somebody came and spoke and finally ho gaya. But this is what happened. So they don't allow any foreigners to go inside. So then how will the imagine those who are in a foreign body? They're born in America, they're born in Russia, they're born in England or Belgium or whichever country, Africa. How will they get the transcendental darshan of Lord Jagannath? How is it even possible? So, the Lord is so merciful that every year, He comes out. This Rath Yatra is actually the manifestation of Lord Jagannath's ecstatic compassion for all the devotees, for all devotees, non-devotees, anybody, whoever it is. कोई भी होने दो, I'll come out and I will give them my darshan and I will take their darshan and I will take them back to Godhead. So the Lord is so merciful that He comes out of the temple to see and bless everybody, even those who are not qualified or those who are not allowed to enter the temple. Lord Jagannath comes outside to give them his darshan. So there is a pastime related to this also. So it is said that once, Lord Krishna and Lord Balaram, when they left for Mathura, they left Vrindavan to go to Mathura. So they told the Brajvasis, we'll come back, बस मथुरा में थोड़ा अपना business खत्म करके आ जाएंगे. But they never came. Krishna never came. For more than 100 years, he never came back to Vrindavan. So the Brajvasis, they had so much love for Krishna, they could not tolerate separation from him for even a few minutes. Even for a few minutes, if he went away, they could not tolerate his separation. Yashoda Mai loved Krishna so much deep prema was there in the heart for Krishna. Every day in the morning, Krishna, would want to leave for playing with his friends, for playing, for going for Gaya Charane. He would be waiting and Mother Yashoda would be getting him ready. So she would move very slowly, in slow motion. Normally people move fast, getting child ready for school. Jaldi jaldi karo. But here Yashoda Mai would do very slowly. Slowly she would do the shingar on the face. Slowly she would comb his hair. Slowly she would decorate his body with beautiful ornaments, beautiful garlands, beautiful clothes. And in his legs she would put penjan. Very, very slow. And outside, the friends of Krishna, they were calling, Krishna, come fast, we are starting our play. And Krishna is telling Yashoda, Maya, can you please speed it up? I need to go. They are going to start their play without me. She said, yeah, I'm doing. कर रही हूँ slow. And she would be even slower. मतलब पहले से और ज्यादा slow. So outside the boys, Gopas, they are also burning in separation from Krishna. He said, Krishna, if you don't come today, whole day we will not play with you. We will not take you in the play. And now you see, he is Supreme Lord, proprietor of all planets, proprietor of material and spiritual worlds. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarva pravardate. Everything emanates from him, but he becomes insecure because he's thinking, Array, if I don't go, these boys will not play with me. Then what I will do whole day? I will miss their games. I will not be able to enjoy with them. He's getting desperate. He's telling Yashoda Mai, and Yashoda Mai is slow and slow. Why she is doing slow? Because she cannot tolerate that Krishna is going to leave now. After Krishna leaves with the Gopas to go to the forest, all the Brajvasis, they are, like bees, like their eyes are like bees that are, focused on this flower of Krishna. And they do not want to let him go out of their sight for even one moment. They just want to somehow keep looking at Krishna, and drinking the beauty of Krishna from their eyes. So Krishna is going, as he's going, they're looking at him, they're looking at his footsteps, they're crying in ecstasy that he's leaving us, he's leaving us. Yeah, he's leaving only for a few hours. But even those few hour separations, they cannot tolerate. They have so much love for him. They cannot tolerate to see him going away. Until it is described, till the last, the cows are going, the gopas are going, so dust is going in the air, it is going up. Till the last particle of dust settles down, the Ayodhya Vasis, the Braj Vasis are just looking, trying to squint their eyes and see Krishna. And then till evening, they are singing about him, they are singing his glories, they are glorifying him, they are singing his, pastimes, and somehow, kaise bhi din kat jaye, somehow in remembrance of Krishna, somehow let this long day get over. Yugaitam nimishena. Yuga, like one nimisha, which is a fraction of a second. One nimisha, yugaitam nimisha. That nimisha feels like a yuga. And that is the separation that the Brajvasis feel from him. Now you imagine those Brajvasis were separated from Krishna and Balram for 100 years. What kind of pain they must be feeling. But once, they got a news that there is a solar eclipse, and for that solar eclipse, Krishna Balram are going to be coming to Kurukshetra. So Kurukshetra, even in those days, was a holy place. Even Dhritarashtra at the start of the Bhagavad Gita says, "Na Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre, Mama Veta Yuyutsava, Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva Kimma Kurvata Sanjay." So he says that in this Dharma Kshetra Kurukshetra, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do? After assembling there. So Dharma Kshetra. So this Kurukshetra, because it is a place, it's a holy place, and it is an eclipse time, so people go to holy place, they give charity at that time. So somehow that time there was no social media, there was nothing, but somehow the news reached the Brajvasis, and they all came from Vrindavan to Kurukshetra. Why? Because Krishna Balram are going to come there. So when Krishna Balram reached Kurukshetra, Shrimati Radharani and all the Brajvasis, all the gopis, they saw Krishna. When they saw Krishna is not in his Braja form. See, he was still looking like a young, Kishore, like a young 16-year-old boy. But he was no longer wearing his turban, his peacock feather. He was no longer wearing Vaijanti Mala. He was no longer, his body was decorated with, the Braj Raj. He was looking like a king, and they saw his chariot, and in their hearts, they started pulling that chariot of Lord Balaram, pulling the chariot of Lord Krishna, pulling the chariot of Subhadra Mai towards Vrindavan. So in their heart, they were pulling and pulling that Krishna, you don't be here now in Kurukshetra, don't go back to Dwarka, you please come to Vrindavan. they started pulling that Rath of Krishna with the ropes that they made with their mind. They started pulling that Rath. And that is what this beautiful Rath Yatra pastime depicts. It depicts Krishna being pulled towards Vrindavan by the love of the gopis. So in Rath Yatra that we see in Jagannath Puri, the Gundicha Mandir, represents Vrindavan. If you know the beautiful pastime of Lord Chaitanya, doing Gundicha Marjan along with all the devotees, that let the heart be fully purified, be cleansed of all anarthas, then Lord Jagannath can come and reside in the heart. So this Gundicha Marjan is, it is symbolizes the cleansing of the heart, so that the Lord can come and reside in it. And the Gundicha temple represents Vrindavan, and Lord Jagannath is being pulled towards Vrindavan by the gopis. In what bhav? In separation, in vipraram, in love, but love in separation. So, this beautiful Rath Yatra pastime, it is so significant because it is said that ratham cha vamanam drishtva punar janmana vidyate. That if we take this Ratha of Lord Jagannath, Jagannath is Jagat ke Nath. Jagat means moving world, which is filled with, this world is filled with moving living entities. The plants, the insects, the human beings, all are moving. Though the trees are rooted in one space, still they are swaying, they're all moving. So Jagat is called the moving world, and Jagat ke Nath is Jagannath. He is the proprietor of all these movements. He is the Supreme Lord Krishna. Balaram, Bala means strength and Ram means enjoyment. So Balabhadra or Balaram gives us spiritual strength. Gives us Bala for enjoying spiritual, eternal blissful life. And Subhadra means auspiciousness. So Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra, they are coming together, they are present before us. Why? To reclaim us from the miserable conditions of material life. When we take darshan of them, they are standing with their arms outstretched. Come and embrace me. Come and become mine. So they are standing, they are waiting for us to come forward and take their mercy. They're standing like this. Come and embrace me. Like that, So if anyone sees on the cart Lord Jagannath, Lord Baladev, or Subhadramai, if we see the deity form of Lord Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadramai on the cart, and we pull that cart, it is said, Rathe cha vamanam drishtva punar janmana vidyate. One does not take birth again in the material world. When it is said that when we die, when we're about to die, all the memories of our life, they flash past in our mind just quickly, like a film roll, which is going at full speed. Such. You will see all the things all the nonsense that we have done in our entire lifetime. We'll be able to see all of that. Like a film reel that is going at full speed, you're able to see everything that happened in your life. But that reel comes and stops at the point where you were pulling the Rath of Lord Jagannath and taking his transcendental darshan. At that point, the reel comes and stops, and that's when you leave your body. Krishna himself says in the Bhagavad Gita, Antakale cha mam eva smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati sammat bhavam yati asti na atra sanchaya. He says that if you remember me alone at the time of death, then you will come back to me. Of this, there is no doubt. Yati asti na atra sanchaya. Don't have any doubts in your mind. Lord gives this assurance. So when we, with love, with faith, if we simply look at the darshan of Lord Jagannath and we pull his beautiful Ratha cart, like the gopis invited Lord Jagannath into their hearts, invited Lord Jagannath into Vrindavan. In the same way, if we can also pull the Rath and invite the Lord, my heart is not Vrindavan. My heart is not Gundicha Mandir. My heart is not an appropriate place for you to reside at all. But still, I want to invite you into my heart. When we pull like that, then the Lord, he will be the last person. We'll see the reel will pause there, and he will be the last person you will see and remember. And therefore, because you saw and remembered Krishna at the time of death, Antakalecha, therefore, we will go back to Godhead after we leave our bodies. So this is the transcendental, significance of the Rath Yatra pastime. The Supreme Lord is brought outside and he's pulled in his carts, and this this facility is available for everyone. Inside the temple, they will question, no, no, you cannot come inside. But pulling the Rath, anyone can do. In fact, some people are even allowed to climb onto the Rath in the night when nobody is there, you know. So it's a very, very special darshan that the Lord gives. If you see any other temple in the world, any, you will never see that the deity himself comes out. ये कहीं पे भी नहीं मिलता है. It is always the one second. It is when you see that whenever a deity is brought out, it is always the Utsav Murti. It is never the it is never the actual deity that is brought out. But only in Jagannath Puri, the Lord himself comes out in the Rath. And if you have seen the Rath Yatra in Jagannath Puri, you'll see that the dance, he comes out like this, as a jhoomte jhoomte. He comes out dancing. He's very happy to see his devotees. Lakhs and lakhs of devotees have come. The Lord is in very good mood. He wants to give darshan to everyone. So he's in a dancing mood. He's already ecstatic. Jagannath's form is already ecstatic. He becomes even more ecstatic on seeing so many devotees. So he's dancing. So like this, he comes out and he gives darshan to everybody. So we see actually Srila Prabhupada, when he was a young boy as Abhay Charan, he used to live in Calcutta. So when he was in Calcutta, one time he made a hut to his father that I want a Rath, hut for Rath. He made he had heard stories about Lord Jagannath and Rath Yatra. So he insisted to his father that I want to have Rath Yatra over here, So his father actually carved, Gaur Mohan De, he actually carved out a whole Rath, a small Rath for him. And, they put small deities of Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra in that Rath. And Abhay Charan conducted the first Rath Yatra outside Jagannath Puri in Calcutta, probably in the year 1900, 1901. He was just 5-6 years old at that time. So, Srila Prabhupada was the one who inaugurated the Rath Yatra festival outside Jagannath Puri for the first time. And he also introduced Rath Yatra in the Western world. This is one of the, Srila Prabhupada has given so many dozens and hundreds of contributions. We cannot even count how many things Srila Prabhupada has done. But amongst the many, many things that Srila Prabhupada has done, this is definitely one of the most significant. That in 1967, the first Rath Yatra outside of India ever was conducted in San Francisco. Srila Prabhupada trained his disciple Shamsundar Prabhu. He carved the first deities of Lord Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra. They made a massive cart and they took it, on Rath Yatra procession. And now there are hundreds and thousands of Rath Yatras that happen globally, just in a small place called Gachibowli in Hyderabad. Small place, it's a small, it's like saying Andheri, Andheri or Thane or something like that. Small part of Hyderabad. In Gachibowli itself, there was something like 67 Rath Yatras. Unbelievable. And, in Mumbai also, we celebrate in Chembur, we had a couple of Rath Yatras, 3-4 Rath Yatras in Chembur itself. So, just imagine, because of one person's love, he started with Indradumna Maharaj and Vishwavasu. Then we came to, what the Rath, the Lord came because of the love that Srila Prabhupada had for Lord Jagannath. He brought Lord Jagannath from Jagannath Puri to San Francisco, to Germany, to Canada, to Brazil, to Argentina, to Africa, to Australia, everywhere, every continent in the world. The Lord came manifested and brought out his beautiful pastimes. So we are so he's coming everywhere, he's giving darshan to everyone. You know, the one of the most common deities of the Lord in this world is Lord Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra. Most devotees have either Gaur Nitai or have Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. So the Lord is actually so merciful. So it is our greatest fortune. We are so fortunate that somehow we are able to get the darshan, loving darshan, this transcendental form of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra. We are able to get this darshan, and we should all somehow, with whatever strength we have, whatever energy we have, we should also come and take darshan, drink the beauty of the Supreme Lord, who is standing like this with his arms outstretched to give us his mercy. जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, शिल गुरुदेव की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी, हरि हरि बोल. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. I will conclude here. Any questions or comments, anybody? Anyone would like to add something if I missed? Anyone would like to add? Or if any questions, I'll try to take. I am not an expert in this katha, but I will try to take if it's possible. Hare Krishna. Anybody? Any questions or comments?
Very wonderful lecture, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Superb lecture, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Dandavat
Hare-
pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare-
And I'm so happy that I could hear it today because it is online. I'm in Bangalore and I can hear it. So I'm so happy. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank
Hare
you so much.
Krishna. Thank you. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Meena
Prabhuji.
Mataji. Nice to see you. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hari Bol. So I'll stop now.